What up, curious people? So, if you don't know, Chrissy Teigen is certainly known to all users of Twitter, Instagram, and other social medias because the former model always has something to say. She usually does this in a very funny way, and her statements always make headlines right away. Recently, however, Chrissy caused a storm in the media, as a result of which she decided to take a break from social media. So what happened? And does this mean that Teigen has just been dethroned and is no longer the queen of Twitter or Instagram? Why did John Legend's wife, who has a great sense of humor, take this so seriously? Stay with us till the very end and learn more. But before you do that, don't forget to subscribe and enable the notifications because every day we have interesting information about the stars for you. Are you done? So let's begin. Chrissy Teigen is a name that shows up on the headlines mainly as the wife of John Legend, or her roasting techniques. But there's always something about their marriage or the musician himself. But that's not the story I'm gonna tell you today. You can hear about their very romantic love story in another video, which I will put its card on the screen for you. However, let's be honest, this ambitious lady is way more than John's wife and the mother of his children. She used to run a lifestyle blog and today has written 2 cookbooks and is the host of the Lip Sync Battle program and occasionally exchanges courtesy with the President of the United States on Twitter. As we mentioned at the beginning, Teigen is really active on social media. 29.5 million follow her on Instagram and 12.7 million on Twitter. The model shares a piece of her private life with fans on social media, often publishing family photos and toddlers' photos. But she also proved to be a person with a sharp tongue and someone who doesn't get offended easily. And probably the media and fans love her the most because of that. And although even such a social media star has some mishaps, so far, however, Chrissy has managed to come out of them with a poker face. For example, once Chrissy accidentally posted her private email address on Twitter. Well, this slip-up was immediately caught, as we have already told you, by her numerous followers, and although the TV presenter quickly removed the unexpected post from her social media, fans still began sending her messages and even calling her via FaceTime. The funny thing is that the model did not reject the calls from her supporters at all, but she was happy to receive them. Then, with typical honesty, Teigen admitted that she did not expect such nice messages and calls as she got. She even said, "Oh my god, people are FaceTiming me. Was 100% sure this would be a penis, but nope, just a nice stranger." She was posting her video calls with fans, but less than an hour later, she had enough and tweeted that she had disabled everything and changed her email address. Teigen also knows very well how to laugh at herself, and she admitted that spending money on Sunset Boulevard billboard to promote her new Quibi's Chris Court program was a joke. The problem is that Chrissy, together with her family, her husband and 2 children, 4-year-old Luna and 2-year-old Miles, are in a mandatory home quarantine just like the rest of us. And due to the coronavirus, all programs, recordings, and projections have been suspended. These funny Chrissy Teigen flaps have happened much more often. They've happened on the red carpets, but maybe you remember how walking alongside John Legend at the American Music Awards in 2016, Chrissy accidentally showed her crotch. The model was wearing a very bold outfit which revealed far too much, and her cut ended up much above her hip line. And although the vigilant photojournalist did not miss anything, Teigen herself approached the matter with inborn slack. She refused to be shamed for this small wardrobe malfunction and laughed the incident off on Instagram, writing, "Apologies to anyone harmed mentally or physically by my hoo-ha." The same happened when she accidentally showed her nipple on Snapchat. The slip-up occurred while Chrissy was creating a video showing how to use self-tanner. However, viewers saw much more than the model probably wanted to show, and it took one of Teigen fans less than 3 minutes to download the video and upload it to Twitter. The model herself learned about it long after, from her assistant, who removed that. Chrissy, however, immediately posted everything on her Instagram, commenting, "I just want to apologize to everyone I know. I've let my friends down. I've let my family down. I have nipples. It's not something I'm proud of." And it's no secret that Chrissy loves cooking. That's why, in addition to her family, as well as the body you could see, she often shows also her kitchen activities as well as the ready meals in her social media. After all, her achievements in this field are quite substantial. In case you don't know much about it, let me remind you briefly. Before her marriage with John Legend, the model featured on an additional cooking channel special in an episode titled Chrissy Teigen's Hungry, in which she was detailing her wedding menu, tasting with her then fiance. So she then also appeared in another video titled Cookies and Cocktails. and later Chrissy was a judge on the MTV2 cooking show Snack Off. And after that, from September 2015 until June of 2016, she was the food stylist on Tyra Banks' lifestyle talk show Fab Life. Teigen's first cookbook, Cravings: Recipes for All the Food You Want to Eat, was published on February 23rd of 2016 and became a New York Times bestseller and the second best-selling cookbook of the year. And according to Publishers Weekly, the second one was released on September 18th of 2018 and titled Cravings: Hungry for More, which is also known as Cravings 2. Simultaneously with the book, Chrissy launched a line of cookware named Cravings by Chrissy Teigen through Target. And finally, on November 4th of 2019, Teigen started with her own cooking website, Cravings by Chrissy Teigen, where she presents her new recipes, cookware suggestions, travel memories, and anecdotes, as well as entertaining tips. Everything was going pretty well until recently, Chrissy had a great conflict with the New York Times cookery writer Alison Roman, who criticized Teigen's cookery career. The food columnist and cookbook author gave an interview to The New Consumer where she talked about her new upcoming ventures and popularity in that field. At one point, Alison mentioned that she is very uncertain when it comes to putting her name on some products and that she would not like to follow the steps of some people, like Chrissy Teigen and Marie Kondo. Alison Roman said, like, what Chrissy Teigen has done is so crazy to me. She had a successful cookbook, and then it was like boom, a line at Target, boom, now she has an Instagram page that has over 1 million followers where it's just like people are running a content farm for her. That horrifies me, and it's not something I ever want to do. Of course, we didn't have to wait long for an answer from Chrissy. After all, she leaves nothing that concerns her without a comment. So Teigen wrote a statement on her Twitter full of frustration and anger. It goes like this: "This is a huge bummer and hit me hard. I have made her recipes for years now, bought the cookbooks, supported her on social, and praised her in interviews. I even signed on to executive produce the very show she talks about doing in this article." Chrissy has to be really sorry and hurt because she didn't write only one statement. She shared subsequent posts about this unfavorable opinion from Roman. And in another tweet, she wrote, "I started Cravings because I wanted something for myself. I wanted something John didn't buy. I wanted something to do that calmed me, made me happy, and made others happy too. Cravings isn't a machine or farmed content. It's me and 2 other women." There is more. Later, Chrissy wrote that it's painful because she didn't sell out by making her dreams come true, and that she was involved in her cookware line from the very beginning to finish, and that it's hard for her to accept that someone she really liked tried to completely invalidate the work she does. And she added, "I genuinely love everything about Alison. Was jealous she got to have a book with food on the cover instead of a face. I've made countless New York Times recipes that she's created, posting along the way. I don't think I've ever been so bummed out by the words of a fellow food lover. I just had no idea I was perceived that way, by her especially, and Marie Kondo too. Mary is awesome." It all triggered a big backlash against Roman while people actually were taking sides. Mostly, there were nasty comments against Roman who called her a hypocrite, a white feminist, and even a racist for criticizing 2 women of color while ignoring white influencers like Gwyneth Paltrow. But first of all, she was a woman who didn't support other women. So it's probably not surprising that Alison finally answered to all of those comments, and she wrote on Twitter that when women bully other women for being honest about money and how much they do or do not make, well, that's amore. Roman also tweeted that she wished to have someone to hold her hand during her baby's first internet backlash. Apparently, it didn't solve the case because later Alison publicly apologized to Teigen, writing that her comments were flippant, careless, and she's really sorry. Alison expressed also that it was absolutely not her thing to be that kind of woman who's taking down other women, and that she hopes that they could meet in person. She posted, "I want to clarify I'm not coming for anyone who's successful, especially not women. I was trying to clarify that my business model does not include a product line, which works well for some, but I don't see it working for me." However, this media row turned into a nasty fight when somebody even criticized Chrissy and her husband John Legend for conceiving their children via IVF. The TV presenter with pain and sadness wrote back to the same troll that, "I couldn't have babies any other way. You're a really terrible person." But things didn't stop there, and Chrissy is known for her sense of humor and fun, but it seems like this time she had enough. People in their comments simply crossed the line like way too far. So she wrote, I really hate what this drama has caused this week. Calling my kids Petri dish babies or making up flight manifests with my name on them to Epstein Island to justify someone else's disdain with me seems gross to me, so I'm gonna take a little break. And if you don't remember, Epstein Island is in reference to the island which belonged to Jeffrey Epstein, who was a sex criminal and died in August of 2019 while awaiting trial on further charges. We do have a video about him and his connections to the British royal family, to which this card just appears. This is what always happens. The first day, a ton of support, then the next, 1 million reasons as to why you deserve this. It never fails. Even though it seems like they are not right now feuding, but the comments, especially the in vitro one, for sure stung everyone, even me. So, what do you guys think? Do you follow Chrissy Teigen in the kitchen? Do you think she's a good cook? Do you like her sense of humor and regret that she's taken a break from social media? Or maybe you're one that has an opinion that she actually should give herself some time to heal. Do you also think that people went too far? Let's talk about all of that in the comments, and also don't forget to like this video, recommend it to your friends, and subscribe not to miss our next interesting videos about the stars that we publish for you every day. See you soon!